Welcome into the film room, powered by Microsoft Surface. The Jaguars season has been a tough one, and there's not many bright spots. But there is with Brian Thomas Jr., the young wide receiver, the first-round pick. There's a lot of young wide receivers that make the transition into the National Football League that are first-round picks, but they don't adapt quickly. Brian Thomas Jr. has. He's got a grace and a speed that's second to none. But what's impressed me is the subtleties that he's learned in playing the position of wide receiver. Route running is a perfect example. Let's take a look at that in the film room. The first one against the Green Bay Packers, and this one's hard to watch, so you got to pay close attention. Watch the subtle speed change by Brian right there, right at about the, I'd say 44, 43 yard line. You see that? That little change of speed, he's giving the impression that he's choking it down to stop, but he doesn't. He picks up speed and he finds the hole in the zone. Excellent route by Brian. The next one against the Detroit Lions. Brian is giving the impression that he is running 3 different routes. Watch it, because it's a thing of beauty. At first, maybe he's running a go route, but then it looks like a skinny post. But then he puts on the brakes and cuts it to the inside, and it's a deep in. It fools the defensive back, and it keeps the safety at bay. This is the subtleties of route running. Against the Miami Dolphins, once again, given the impression that he's running something different than what he does. When Brian gets to the top of the defensive back here, you can see he puts on the brakes, shows that he's going to run to the out, but then he puts on the brakes, comes back to the inside. Look at how much separation that he creates between himself and the defensive backs in the background. Outstanding route once again for a young player. Against the Houston Texans, when you run routes, you've got to be crisp. You can't round the edges, so to speak, in the route. You've got to snap them off, square them off. Watch what Brian does here at the top of this route when he plants his foot and gets to the inside. Again, creating separation, a bigger window for the quarterback. And I saved my favorite one for the last play because I call this the old Fred Taylor dead leg. Watch Brian on this one. You see the little, that little stutter and kind of dragging that left leg? Look at what the defensive back does. Watch the defensive back's feet. Don't watch Brian, just watch the defensive back. You see how unsure of where Brian is going? That tells you how good the route is by Brian, and it creates a window for Trevor Lawrence for the touchdown. Outstanding job. I love watching BTJ.